Greetings, gentlemen of the internet. It is your boy Sapper Daddy. Today I had a whole video planned out, just basically as a rant about the state of affairs with Grand Theft Auto Online. But then I kind of said, you know what, F it. I'm gonna just toss the script. Those of you guys that know me, I don't bother with, super precise editing, scripting, intros, outros, any of that stuff, because really that's not what we're here for. We're not 13 years old. I just want to talk about not only the fact that for what seems like 8 out of 10 people, not only is the Bogdan glitch patched, not only have they nerfed every single payout to every single heist, the new art update just sucks. Yes, it's possible to do it to get in and get out undetected. I've done it myself. I've already got, I think, 5 paintings to get the platinum award. But the payout is just absolutely ridiculous. You get one halfway decent payday at the beginning of the week, and then after that it's 300,000 to 400,000. And if you're a solo grinder, which I am probably 75% of the time, your primary target is worth $300,000 to $400,000. You could easily spend much more than that just paying for some of the optional setups, or I'm not sure if it's the optional setups that you can pay to skip. I think it is though. But in the hour that it takes to set up this heist, just to come away with, if this is assuming you're selling the painting and not keeping it, to come away with $500,000 if you're lucky and you're super stealth and you're not detected, is just unbelievable. Why anybody would choose this art heist beyond the one big payout painting every week is beyond me. You can 100% do Oscar Guzman Flies Again much quicker than you can do the art heist setups. It's just absolutely unbelievable. The expectations and the requirements for the elite bonus on the art heist, I don't think it's possible. At least it hasn't been possible for me to do it solo so far, because at least one of the 3 items on the buyer request list is always locked on the upper level of the exhibit. Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I mean, what are we doing, Rockstar? You guys are punishing the legitimate grinders. I get that, they readjusted a lot of people's accounts that were doing the ISI glitch, and I get all that. And you know what? I'm not the kind of guy that, point your finger and say, haha, that's what you get. But at the same time, like, people are still engaging with your product for hours and hours and hours a week. We're on year 14, and this is the first rant I've ever done on YouTube at all, let alone about a game that's 14 years old, and we're still patronizing these people's product in a good way. I love the game. I've been playing it since day one, and I don't have any plans to stop even after GTA 6 comes out. But there comes a point where you've got over $200 million in your bank account. You've got every car in the game. You've got dozens, literally multiple dozens of garage space, and every space is full. And now you have to debate yourself for a half hour to decide which one of these cars that I spent $3 to $4 million on, do I want to take a $500,000 payout from Los Santos Customs so that I can enjoy one of the newer vehicles that was just added to the game. Or if I just want to buy an older vehicle that I never bought before and something that I haven't messed around with and modded and customized. It's absolutely unbelievable. So, the expectations for the new heist for, in terms of the Elite Challenge. The challenge itself of the glitchy cameras and, cameras that aren't even there picking up bodies that you didn't even drop. I've seen game clips of people that are clear on the other side of a building and there are no guards in sight and the alarms go off. You were spotted by a guard. How are we still going through bugs like this in year number 14? I mean, Rockstar, you got to get it together. We've been playing it for almost a decade and a half now. We're creeping up on the 14-year mark. GTA 6 comes out later in the year. And you guys know, you have to know that they do not have an online build fleshed out. And they definitely won't have a GTA Online platform on the GTA 6 map for launch. It's not going to be ready. I've heard a lot of popular GTA content creators in general assuming that it would be about a month before we're online in Vice City, and I think that's just a load of horse shit, because they are going to monetize so heavily GTA 6 when they release the online build. And they're going to make sure that they have the cars, the properties, the weapons, the skin pack, or, the clothing sets, the weapon skins, all of that stuff. They're probably going to have a whole entire microtransaction marketplace ready for the shark card addicts. And, good for you if you've got the money, if you're successful and you have the extra cash to spend and that's how you want to go about it. Hey man, hats off to you. Proud of you. Good on you. But a lot of us, we have jobs, we have families, we have girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever it is. We've all got other things to do. For 99.999% of us, GTA is not our lives. And this is a minority shareholder saying this. I own just shy of 1,000 shares in Take-Two Interactive. I sit in on every single earnings call. Every bit of information that is afforded to shareholders, you better believe I am one of the first in line to get that information. And, I kind of hinted at that in my little mini rant the other day when I, stated my intention to try to build up a following for GTA 6. I'm going to give this thing a real run and put forth the effort to try to become one of the big dogs on the GTA content creator space. Because, like I hinted in that video, I've lived the life of a GTA Online character. No, I've never been worth $210 million like my current character is, but you better believe I've lived that life. I've lived that life, and we'll, as my channel grows and you guys get to know me a little bit more, you'll see, because I've got receipts. But anyway, it all ties into this. I've got a little bit more information than the typical gamer. I'm here to tell you that GTA Online as we know it is not going anywhere soon. This will not be the last major update. I don't even think it'll be the last heist. There have been rumors about, the final ride. I think that's true from what the data miners are finding. I just don't think it's going to be called that. And I don't think the premise of one final robbery and Mr. Faber being the one that we rob, I don't see that as the case. What I do see, on the other hand, is Mr. Faber is going to be that jet setter guy with clients around the world that our characters in GTA Online on the 6 build are going to be familiar with as well. We're going to meet him over in Vice City as well. It would be great if you're able to transfer your progress, your money, some of your cars, things like that, and pick up where we left off in a new city. That would be a dream come true for a lot of us, I put in over 10,000 hours on this game. Back before I had children and before I was married and when I was just, a lowly restaurant manager with dreams of going back into the military. All I did in my free time was pretty much play GTA Online. So if anybody has, the room to speak on it and complain about the way things are right now, I feel like I have a legitimate stake. I really do. So yeah, the Bogdan glitch, it's patched. We did it on several accounts the other day, me and my friend. We did it on my account, we did it on his account. I lost my progress, he lost his. I did it on a backup account, lost it on there. I did it on my wife's account. We ran it on my daughter's account. And yes, we cleared the cache. We quit at the exact time you're supposed to quit. We lost it on every account. I'm not sure how they were able to patch a glitch that was directly tied in to a cutscene, a cinematic flaw, but they did it. And I'm here to tell you, whether you clear your cache or not, there is a very real possibility that the next time you go to do the Bogdan glitch, you will find out that it is the last time you do it as a replay glitch. And you will have the entire doomsday scenario on your board when you go back to the control room in your facility. So I don't know, guys. I mean, it looks like it's just going to be rotating heists and selling cargo and basically doing it the way they want you to do it. And that is to play every single game mode, every single warehouse, every single this, every single that, if you want to keep making millions and millions and millions of dollars. Me personally, it's going to look a whole lot like, log in for a couple hours on the weekend, make sure I'm emptying my safes through the Vinewood app every 48 minutes, and, things of that nature. And then when I have a friend online or two, we go out and we screw around in our jets and, we, raise some hell, cause some trouble, and do what GTA Online was made to do. But beyond that, it looks like the grinding days, it looks like they're over. For this online build anyway. And I just don't see the logic in that. I don't see what they get out of this, because I know for a fact it's already driven a lot of grinders away from the game. They're already, jumping over to their other favorite game. I know for a fact that dozens of people in my personal circle would rather play Black Flag Resynced. They bought a game that some of us at least, have already bought on like 3 different platforms, 3 different generations of consoles already, and they would rather buy that game again and play it again than to grind on a game where grinding has pretty much become impossible. So, it is what it is. I don't think that that's what they intended to do. Actually, you know what? I really do. I actually do. The more I think about it and the longer this gripe goes on, I think it is definitely their intention to keep us from grinding and making obscene amounts of money for our GTA Online character, because when we do that, we cut out the only thing that they really care about beyond, obviously, the logins and monthly engagement, and that's our willingness to buy shark cards. The thing that they don't seem to get, the thing that Little Dick Strauss-Zelnick doesn't seem to understand is, I would venture to say about 80% of us that play GTA Online, we are never buying shark cards. Ever. I know I'm not. Are you? Are you willing to go into the PlayStation Store, the Microsoft Store, your Steam account, and spend your actual real world hard-earned money on fake Rockstar millions? because I'm not. I think I bought a $20 shark card, a great white card, back when the lowriders first came out, because I had a long weekend at work. We were in season, and I just didn't have the time. And I wanted to pimp out a lowrider and see what the update was all about. So I spent $20. It didn't even get me, the full amount I needed for the Buccaneer. And that's when I realized I will never buy another one of these shark cards. I will never do this again. And I honestly, apart from a couple of seasons of Black Cell on Call of Duty, I've never spent any money on any microtransactions for any game. I don't care about skins and things like that. The only thing that's drawn me to GTA Online the way it has is it's the closest thing we have to a real-life crime simulator. Or at least it was, in its early years. I don't know about now, but, then it was. And it was a great game. And it was the king of all games. At one point, it was the king of all media, period. So, that's pretty much it. If you stayed to this point in the video, my man, you guys are awesome. If you even clicked on and listened to 30 seconds of my rant, you probably heard all you needed to hear, because, I get it. Most of it was just me venting to you guys about the State of the Union in Los Santos. Just garbage. You can really tell that the great men, notice I say the great men and not the ones that created, the forefathers of the Grand Theft Auto universe are gone. Laszlo, the better half, in my opinion, of the Hauser brothers, Leslie Benzies, and several more. You can tell that these guys are gone because updates aren't the same. The quality of life improvements, while minimal, are still minimal. For lack of a better term, I would say garbage. The best thing we've had in years is the Vinewood Club app. So, we're not constantly driving from business to business to empty safes, and the subsequent increase in those daily payouts. But apart from that, man, it's a mess. Los Santos is a mess. Rockstar feels like, it felt like they abandoned us years ago. But this was kind of like the ultimate middle finger to all the loyal players, the guys that are rank 400 and up. You guys, we are the ones that kind of made it what it is. The grinders that spent hours and hours and hours building and creating and wreaking havoc and heisting and selling and sourcing. We're the ones that made this. They just built the map. So, and the prognosis for the future, I don't think GTA 6 is going to be anything better. The story mode will probably be excellent. I hope it is anyway. When you look at, staff photo day over at Rockstar, you see a lot of blue and purple hair. And I'm not saying that automatically disqualifies them as a studio from making a blockbuster game. But I seriously doubt that the GTA universe as we know it lives on beyond this. I think this is it. I think that Raph and the other annoying, ignorant in-game characters is kind of going to be the future for us. And I don't like it. But, what can we do? You either play it, enjoy it, or go play something else. And I unfortunately feel like we're going to be seeing a lot more of the go play something else. I myself would rather, jump from 2K, play some Red Dead Story, Call of Duty, some Battlefield, and just rather bounce around and have some variety than deal with the nonsense, constant nerfing, and all the other crap that they've just been throwing our way update after update. But, anyway, I'll end it on that. Love you guys. I appreciate your time and for listening to me vent and being my proxy psychologist. I will be dropping more stuff in the future, better stuff, like actual useful things, and more entertaining for sure. But until then, just bear with me while I figure all this stuff out. You know, I'm not a streamer or content creator by nature, but we'll get there eventually. And I'll look out for those that look out for me. I appreciate you guys. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.